Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So welcome to ISKCON of New Dwaraka. It's a very famous temple, very special temple. I've been around different temples and countries and cities, but I always keep coming back here. It's very special. The deities, we saw how beautiful. Rukmini and Dwarakadish. These deities are so powerful. They actually spoke to Srila Prabhupada. They were for various reasons. One time, Srila Prabhupada was going back to India, and Srila Prabhupada was having a conversation with Rukmini Dwarakadish. And Srila Prabhupada said, after all these hardships and struggles, you gave me so much success in the West, now you're sending me back to India. And the deities told him, don't worry, I have a better temple for you when you go to India, better than all the temples that you have right now. That's when the temple, Juhu temple, manifested. So Srila Prabhupada would often say that, this process works. Krishna is very responsive. Srila Prabhupada would remind us, it's not just some dull stone. We're not worshipping some dull stone. Krishna is a person, a supreme person, and Krishna can reciprocate to our sincere service. There are so many examples Srila Prabhupada would give how Krishna can speak. Sanatana Goswami's deity, Madan Mohan. Sanatana Goswami is one of the principal disciples of Lord Chaitanya. And he was living in Vrindavan. Lord Chaitanya instructed Sanatana Goswami to write books and excavate holy places and like this. And Sanatana Goswami was living under a tree. He didn't have much opulence. Externally looked like that. And he would just bake some atta in the sun, some flour, and he would offer that mixed with Yamuna water. He will make a dough and he will offer that to the deity. So one day Madan Mohan said to him, at least could you put a little salt in this ball of dough that you offer me every day, And Sanatana Goswami apologized, I'm sorry, I'm on a mission here. Today you're asking for salt, tomorrow you may ask me for paneer sabji, where do I go for all this? So please be satisfied with my offering. And of course, Krishna accepts our devotion, bhakti. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. Krishna doesn't care if we don't have devotion. Like Krishna was invited by Duryodhan and Vidura for lunch. And Krishna walked past Duryodhan's palace and he went to the simple dwelling of Vidura. And Vidura was not home and his wife was there. And she was so nervous to see Krishna. and all she had was some bananas, and she was so nervous that she was throwing away the banana pulp and she was feeding Krishna the skin. Krishna was happy. And then on the way back, Duryodhana was asking Krishna, like, why you didn't come? I made such a big feast. Krishna said there are two requirements for eating. One is that there has to be appetite. The other one is love. The person that's feeding you has to have some love for you. And Krishna said, I don't have any appetite, and I know you don't have love for me, so sorry. That's why Ayurveda says that don't eat anything that's not cooked by your mother or wife, because when we go eat out, there's no love, it's all like poison, like junk food. So this way Krishna says that, he can reciprocate. There is, Prabhupada would tell the story of Sakshi Gopal. Sakshi, witness Gopal. So there was this older man, very wealthy, and he took one young boy with him on his travels. The young boy didn't have much education or wealth or like that. But the boy served this old man so nice. This man promised, when I go home, I want to marry my daughter to you. This young man didn't believe that and felt very unqualified. He said, I think that's too much, I'm happy to serve. But this old man insisted, no, you're such a nice man, and you have to become my son-in-law. Anyway, when they went home, the minds changed. The old man's sons, they became very angry. And they started accusing this young man, saying, this person drugged our father, and he took his money. Now he's saying that he has the audacity to say that he wants to marry our sister, like this. But they were atheists at heart. So this young man said, no, it was not my idea, it was your father was repeatedly offering me. Don't blame me. And the sons asked, anybody was there? Is there any proof, any witness? And the young man said, there was Gopal was there, the deity of Gopal. And these guys thought, okay, this is a great chance, because deities don't speak and they're like don't have any life. So these brothers of this girl that they were going to offer him, the father was going to offer him, they said, okay, then you bring Gopal as witness, then we'll give you our sister. Then this young man, very sincere and innocent and pure at heart, he went to this deity and begged and prayed, said to the deity, like, please come and be witness. They're like causing so much injustice and breaking my heart, and they're blaming me. And the deity spoke to this young man and said, I'm a deity, I'm a statue, I cannot walk. How are you inviting me to walk? And Prabhupada said the young man defeated Krishna with his logic. This young man told Krishna that if you can speak, you can also walk. You can talk, you can also walk. So you must come, otherwise it's an insult for you. Thank you. So this deity came. And then, became witness to clear this court case. And he got the name Sakshi Gopal, the Gopal that was witness. And during the pastimes of Ramanujacharya, most of you know Ramanujacharya, Acharya from South India. We have four authorized disciplic successions. If you're not coming in any of these four, then we cannot attain success. Sampradayam vihinam ye mantraste nishpalamata. Even you could be having a powerful mantra, but if it's not given to us by an authorized source, it won't work. We cannot attain love of God. So Ramanujacharya, he comes in the chain of Lakshmi Sampradaya. So Ramanujacharya was very powerful preaching in Sri Rangam, and he had he had thousands of disciples. But one day in class, he asked, "Who wants to go to the Tirumala hills?" And it was like overgrown bushes and forest animals, and everything is neglected. The worship is neglected. And nobody was like excited because everybody wanted to be around their spiritual master. One devotee, his name is Ananta Acharya, he said, I will go, Guru Maharaj, if that's what is pleasing to you, because the service is more important than being close proximity with the Guru. Prabhupada used to say, if you judge by who is very close to me, then the mosquito is the closest. But it simply causes pain. So Anantarvar went to, make gardens and, make it beautiful, make the temple very beautiful. And one of his main services was making garlands. So one day he was doing his service, and the priest kept coming to him and said, Balaji is asking for you. Balaji wants to see you. He said, yeah, I'm coming. So he kept doing his thing. Again the priest came and said, the deity wants to see you, wants to speak to you. He said, yeah, I'm coming, I heard you. So finally he went, and Balaji said to him, I keep calling for you, like, why are you so late? Like, why are you not, you don't have any awe and reverence, like this is so unusual. And the devotee said to Balaji, listen, I'm a visitor here and you're also a visitor here. I was sent here by my spiritual master to make garlands. So, service to my spiritual master comes first, before anything else. And even the Lord was very pleased with that focus and the service attitude and surrender. Because we don't know Krishna, but we can understand Krishna through the words of our spiritual master, the instructions of our spiritual master. That will bring us really close to the Supreme Lord. That's the way to understand Krishna. Because many times we wonder like, how do I know what Krishna wants? How do I know that what I'm doing is pleasing to Krishna? But if the spiritual master authorizes it. So this way, the deity spoke to him. And there was another instance, a very celebrated, famous disciple of Ramanujacharya, Kuresh. He had so much wealth and disciple, but he renounced everything and just went in the service of his spiritual master. And he would only beg alms and cook a little khichdi like this, pongal. So there was 3 days of heavy rain and storm, and he couldn't go anywhere. He was just happily reading Bhagavatam. And his wife was upset because she could hear the temple bell offering ringing going on South India, the big bells. So the wife thought to herself, you're eating nicely, my lord, but what about your devotees starving? Like, why is this neglect? So after the offering, the Lord spoke to the priest and said to him, like, take the Rajabhoga offering to this family, to Quresh and his wife. And when they brought it, Quresh immediately looked at his wife and said, is this anything to do with you? Because I was not praying for my, food or lunch. And she said, yes, I did. I was upset and I did complain. So they took a little bit of the prasadam just to honor. They were not greedy. They sent back for other devotees. And it's amazing, it's mentioned that there were 2 sons born from honoring the prasadam. It's these extraordinary dealings are there in all traditions where, the pure devotees, the Lord is happy to reciprocate and speak and interact, and it's not some stories that we read. It's reality. There is this verse in the 7th chapter, first verse in the 7th chapter. Krishna says that Maya saktasya mana partha yogum yunjan madashraya asamsayam samagramya samagram mam yata gyasasi tachrunu. Krishna says that asamsayam, without any doubt, free from doubt, we can know Him. If we are engaged sincerely in bhakti, we can understand Krishna in full, without any doubt, he says. Because generally speaking, nobody can understand the Supreme Lord. It's a big division among people of faith. Like if you try tell some Muslim person like, oh yeah, Krishna and Allah are the same, they're not gonna accept that. They say, oh, God doesn't have form. It's an offense to say that God has form. You go and tell somebody from Christianity, Christ was son of Krishna because he came to teach about love of Godhead. Christ is not God. He was speaking about somebody that's, other than him, his Father. My Father in heaven, he kept saying. I'm the Son of Man, he would say. But they're not going to buy that. They're not going to agree with us. You talk to Buddhists, you talk to Sikhs, you talk to anybody, there's so much difference of opinion and misunderstanding what is supreme. It's a big debate. Even in Sanatana Dharma, there is this Advaitavad, there is this impersonalists, Sankaracharya's followers, and then we have like Vaishnava Siddhanta. There's so much difference of opinion and understanding. But Krishna says, if we follow the process, that he's giving in the Bhagavad Gita, then we can understand him. Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan iti sabdete. Srimad Bhagavatam explained. Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam avyayam brahmeti paramatmeti Bhagavan iti sabdete. Srimad Bhagavatam says that we can understand the Supreme Lord in 3 aspects. One is Brahman, the all-pervasive energy, and there's Paramatma, the super soul within the heart. The yogis meditate on Paramatma, and then there's Bhagavan. And Srimad Bhagavatam says, just like when you have $100, up to $99 is already included in there. Similarly, one who understands Krishna, they automatically understand Paramatma and Brahman. But not necessarily if you know Brahman, you cannot understand other aspects of Krishna. The Acharyas give the example, like we say, to understand God through Brahman is very difficult. It's like saying, if you come to me and said, could I have some water? And I point to the clouds and they say, there's water in the clouds. Get it? It's true. It's a very complicated process. The Paramatma understanding is like, if you come to me, ask me for water, say like dig. If you dig deep enough, there's water in the earth. You can get yourself plenty of water, but keep digging. But Krishna understanding, Bhagavan understanding is like somebody comes to you asking water, and very simple, but complete. So Krishna says this process, of bhakti, we can understand him in full. Especially Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. It's how is that possible to love God when we don't even know him or understand him? How can you love someone that we don't know anything about? But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Mahavadanyaya avatar. He is come to give us love for Krishna. And he made it very easy. That's why we keep on chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Because we could have majestic philosophy, we could have amazing volumes and volumes of books, but if there is no entry into it, then it's useless. How can an average person understand the Vedas? How can we understand? It's not, especially in Kali Yuga. We don't have the intelligence for it. It takes like a different kind of people to be able to understand the Vedas. In Kali Yuga, it's made very easy for us. The example is given just like if you have an infant and you try to feed the infant, rice, dal, chapati and all these things. Even though it's nutritious, the baby cannot digest. Baby can die. But if the mother eats it and transforms it into the milk, then the baby can digest that. Similarly, great teachers like Srila Prabhupada, they're giving us entrance into this majestic philosophy through, their breaking it down for us, making it very easy for us to understand. And what's the process? What's the easiest process? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Koi, Labha Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Sarva Shastra Koi, not just Vedic scriptures, all Shastras, including the Malacha Shastras, they recommend that we need Sadhu Sangha. Then Sadhu Sangha is association who we keep friends with. Then we can understand Bhakti, we can understand Krishna. Labha Matra Sadhu Sangha. Labha Matra means the time it takes for the upper eyelid to touch the lower eyelid. If we contact some pure devotee that little of a time, then Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says we can attain perfection. If somebody meets Brigupati Prabhu on book distribution, college campus, literally he can give them a book in 20 seconds. But in the soul's journey of wandering through the trillions of universes, doing the same old, and then you meet a devotee in somewhere, odd places like airports, concerts, tattoo festival, university camp, somewhere you meet a devotee distributing Srila Prabhupada's pure knowledge, then the whole life can change. Happened to me, I was just bewildered wandering the streets of New Zealand. I have no idea not interested in philosophy. I was not looking for God. I was pretty much didn't even know what I wanted. I was completely clueless. And then I met a devotee, and they tried to give me these books, and I'm thinking like, no, it's just like many of us from India, we have our usual lines. Oh yeah, I'm from India, and I already know everything. I have these books, I memorized Gita. My grandmother, grandfather, they used to give lectures on Vishnu Puran and like that. But actually, by the association of devotees, how sincere they are in the practice, then my whole journey turned around completely changed. So this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's recommendation. And another instant, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jivera Swarupo Hoi Krishnera Nitya Das. We are not complete whole. We are just part, tiny fragmental part of the supreme whole. Just like a screw. If the screw is in place, it's wonderful. It can work, things can work wonderfully, whether it's laptop or car. But if you find a screw in the sidewalk somewhere, it's useless. It's just rusting, and you can pick it up and polish it and try to sell it. Nobody will buy it. So we are parts of Krishna, and we are having identity crisis because we are separated from Krishna. And we're feeling like this Grand Canyon size hole in the heart, no matter what we achieve. I work with family members, extremely successful, but it's called sadhan. Means you acquire so many things, but there is no sadhana, then it's useless, because these things can't solve any of the problems of life. So Nitya Krishna Das means we are part and parts of Krishna, and what are we supposed to do? We serve Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu summarized the whole entire Vedic knowledge. People go pay for self-realization, thousands of dollars. They go to Thailand, here, there. Where are you going? Oh, going for a self-realization retreat. 1 week of fasting, meditation, this, that. And after that 1 week, they're having rave music and cocaine in the same beach. It's all bogus, it doesn't satisfy us. Because what we are looking for is this summary, Krishna Nitya Das, Krishnera Nitya Das. To understand we are parts of Krishna and to do service for Krishna, that's the perfection of self-realization, and it doesn't cost anything. You can become self-realized if you just read the second chapter, even few verses of the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which is like the beginner's handbook. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master's father, he also wrote in a very beautiful song, he says, Jiva Doya Krishna Nam Sarva Dharma Sar. Jiva Doya, to show mercy to the living entities, Jiva, Doya, and Krishna Nam, and to chant the holy names of the Lord. He said, this is the essence of the Vedas. Sarva Dharma Sar. Sar is the essence. So that's exactly what, when you go to the ISKCON temples, is exactly what's going on. We practice chanting and serving Krishna, and also this knowledge is being shared in the form of books and classes. Srila Prabhupada wanted that anybody that come to temple, they should be transformed. Not like we go to temple and they keep, like a museum, all the idols and have a ATM or hundi box, and then we go in and out all life, but there's no transformation of heart. But Jiva Doya Krishna Nam Sarva Dharma Sar, that we need transformation. So what are we doing? 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. nowadays, everybody's busy working. But Bhakti Yogis, we try to help from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. how to consolidate and how to manage one's life. What time to take rest, what time to wake up. Because pretty much in a day we have couple of hours. We have control over a couple of hours. What do? We make time to chant, we make time to pray, we do some asanas, we prepare some healthy things for the day. And this way, we can have a great day. Otherwise, if we don't plan, we just, working hard and paying bills, and then weekend comes, weekday comes. It's actually like waste and so much stress and so many diseases unheard of before. It's all coming from work-related stress. Children can't see the parents. Prabhupada was telling this joke 50 years ago, 60 years ago. He says one boy woke up in the morning and he asked his mother, "Mother, who is this man in our house?" The child is already grown up. And the mother said, "Oh, beta, this is your father." "Oh, this is my father?" Because the man leaves for work before the boy wakes up, and he comes home after the boy sleeps. He's already the grown up boy. So this is like, what kind of, that's a waste of human potential. To work hard and pay bills, and there is no security. If you have a little money, you cannot get any insurance. Happened to one of our devotees. He had a little money in his account. He had to give it away so that he can get help from the insurance. So there is no security, but the full human potential is to add bhakti to whatever else we are doing. Because the modern society is just simply focused on the clock, the speed in which things are done and accomplished. But Bhakti Yoga is the compass. It gives direction. What's the use of speed without direction? Imagine you're in Japan going 100 miles an hour in a train, one of those bullet trains, and then somebody tells you you're going in the wrong direction. And within minutes you're already like far away. So what's the use of speed without sense of direction? So Bhakti Yoga is, giving us purpose and meaning, and it's very joyfully practiced. You just have to start chanting japa. You have to put it in practice and take time to read the Bhagavad Gita at least once in our life. Read cover to cover the Bhagavad Gita, not just understand. Just think that we understand what is Bhagavad Gita. I used to say the same thing. Oh, Bhagavad Gita means Krishna says, do your duty. Why did Krishna speak 700 verses? If that's all he had to say to Arjuna, would have been one sloka, right? Arjuna, just do your duty, finish. No, there's 700 verses, we have no idea what he's saying. So at least in human life, we have to read once Bhagavad Gita, authorized commentary, and chant Hare Krishna and keep association with devotees. This way we will feel complete. We don't need anxiety, medication, relationship issues, this disease, that disease. Everything will go away. And so much we can share with our family and friends. Otherwise, what are we, what help can we give? So, I'll stop here. Do we have, Bhagavati Prabhu, any minutes for discussion? Huh? Yeah, anybody have any? Yes, Prabhu.
For someone completely new to the bhakti way, how would you describe what is bhakti?
Oh, so in Krishna in the Gita, he explains different kinds of yogas. For example, karma yoga. Most of us can relate to that. Karma yoga in Kali Yuga, we have to look up to karma yoga, not look down, because it's great. It's karma yoga means, we are working, studying, whatever, family, and we give some of the fruits as an offering. That's also a process of spiritual development. And then you have jnana yoga. Some like to approach the Lord through they're intellectuals. They like to study the scriptures and they approach the Supreme like that. And you have Ashtanga yogis. They try to realize the Lord through Ashtanga yoga. And then we have Krishna summarizes the Gita saying that the topmost rung on the yoga ladder is the bhakti. Bhakti is doing everything with devotion, which is actually, in a sense, is the easiest process. Because in this other forms of yoga, if you're not successful, you lose everything. Bhakti yoga carries whatever credit we have to the next life. Like Bhakti yoga, Krishna says, that everything already belongs to him. Like Prabhupada would give an example. Like a father comes back from work and the child brings a candy and said, "Oh Dad, I missed you all day, I love you," and puts the candy in the mouth. It's not the father needs that candy, he's the one that paid for it anyways. But the father appreciates the love. Similarly, everything in this world, in our life, already belongs to Krishna. So if we offer whatever already belongs to Krishna back to Krishna with love, and it's bhakti. There's 64 ways to practice bhakti, the Goswamis explained, but Srila Prabhupada gave it to us in 5 potent forms. Srila Prabhupada's teachings, I'm sure you read it, like Prabhupada recommends chanting the holy names of the Lord, reading the scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam, association with devotees, living in a spiritual community and worshipping Tulasi. Like just by in the morning program we experience all this potent form. So bhakti is basically approaching the Lord with devotion as the bhakti yoga, and by chanting we become very advanced spiritually and everything starts making sense. So if anything, the beginning and the end of bhakti is to chant the holy names, especially in this day and age. Thank you. If there is nothing else, then I thank you for your association and please enjoy your lunch prasadam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.